All right, welcome back, everybody. Went a little AWOL there for a little bit. Glad to be back. Thing of it is, I've been home this whole time. I had a real busy weekend, filled not with, responsibilities, but a little bit of fun as well. Took off most of the day on Saturday and went up to the ice caves. Krista was home this weekend, so we took a little venture up there. We had a big sledding party with some family members on Sunday and everything else. So that was the weekend, kind of jam-packed, not really any room for videos, which is a sorry excuse, but that's my excuse nonetheless. And been busy around here and have had a few issues. Nothing life-threatening, just life's normal issues. This is going to be a long-winded video. We're going to catch up on 3 or 4 different things. We're going to talk about bale count. I'm going to continue to make a fool out of myself. We're going to talk about bale count, what's to be expected for the rest of the year, what we have. We're going to go take a look at the cow yard, which has been moved and shuffled a little bit, and I'm going to give you my science why I did it. We all believe in our own things. I'm going to share with you mine. Okay. Yesterday, I'm going to claim that I had a small disaster. Yesterday was barn cleaning day. Times continue to change here with the year. I have to block that up tomorrow, or that cantankerous little bastard is going to knock this all down, ain't ya? Yeah. Boy, is he wily. Why don't you take a look at this area right here. Now, both these openers, for discharge and then coming back, they're blockaded a little bit with straw. It just deletes some of the wind that might want to come in, or cold weather. Not that we're having cold weather these days. It's been absolutely beautiful. In fact, right now, if I had to guess, because I don't know, I think it's about probably 43, 44 degrees. We're also going to take a look outside and talk about the weather. So, yesterday's disaster. Cleaning the barn these days is a little bit tricky. You're not hardly seeing any water or moisture in the gutter system right now, and it's been because of our weather pattern, which has just been godly. Thank God for our freeze-ups at night. It's the only thing that is saving us from a lot of problems. But add into the mix the excessive bedding that we do. Yes, I'm going to admit it right now. Add into the mix of some standing little bit of water and moisture within the gutter system that is not pumped out completely with that small pump, which does a phenomenal job. Add into the mix of cleaning the barn every 3 days, which is a little too damn much. Of course, I've been by myself, which is fine. It's good. Since Monday, Mom and Dad took off. They went to Washington, D.C. for 4 days for one thing or another. They went to a conference, something they've been involved in for a long time and everything else. So yesterday, me and all my glory, I'm cleaning barn. Well, wrong time, wrong place, and everything else. There's 2 spots you have to concern yourself with. Here, and I'm not even going to go outside, and the actual fall down into the manure spreader so that it doesn't blockade up. I took my concentrations off of that area right there for maybe, we're going to say a minute and a half, and stood over by the fall down into the manure spreader. That packed up harder than concrete with manure. All hell broke loose. Bang, crack, boom, everywhere. The barn cleaner broke in 3 different spots. It was so powerful that these paddles, I lost 2 of these paddles. They crinked back to each other. It broke 3 links. It came apart, like I said, in 3 different spots. The chain was everywhere. It was probably the worst that ever happened here that I know of. So, anyway, it ain't the end of the world, but here's the deal. All spare parts have been used. there hasn't been any spares for the barn cleaner for some time because there's been no problems. We all know how that goes. I called a local farmer who used to have probably 3 of these systems. Thank God he had some parts on hand. And he came on over later in the morning, met me here. It took me 2 hours. 2 hours with a pitchfork and even a chainsaw. Yes, a chainsaw to undo the openings there with manure packed in there as tight as concrete. In fact, I basically ruined 2 pitchforks. May or may not have had a little bit to do with a little bit of anger. Everything's fixed now. So that was yesterday's little disaster, which, you know, a little bit of time and we're going to say dedication. You can do and fix anything, and that's what happened. Okay, so what does that mean? What am I doing now? As far as I'm concerned, this barn's getting cleaned every 2 days now. This year is almost over with these calves. In fact, it's no more than a month away and this barn will be free and clear of animals, with the exception of the bull. Probably keep the bull in here for a while longer. So, I clean the barn every 2 days now. No wheelbarrow action is done. That's over. All that does is pack things in, and I don't need any more pack jobs. Simply clean that pen and these pens right into the gutter system, and I run the barn cleaner. It costs me about 45 seconds to 1 minute. Probably costs about maybe 35 cents, 40 cents in electricity, and hardly any of my time, which my time is worth nothing. And I stop the barn cleaner so that pen's manure stops here. And this is all free and clear for a barn cleaning tomorrow morning. Pen cleaning, as is that pen. And then that's it. Time for barn cleaning. Turn on the barn cleaner, manure goes out. I'm confident I won't have those problems anymore. And it comes from excessive bedding, which is guilty here. And every 3 days is just, it's too much. Way too much. And I paid the ultimate price yesterday. I'll be honest with you, I am severely lucky that no bigger damage occurred other than what I had. I do have to order a fair amount of extra parts and pieces, these paddles and these links. And I need to do some replacing. There's some bad ones, some that are a little bit bent, and so on and so forth. If I had to guess, I'm probably going to order maybe 15 paddles and let's just say 30 or 40 links. Replace what I deem is necessary to do, and then the rest will just be kept on hand for another possible unfortunate incident, which I hope I don't ever have again, but I will. That story's over. Everything in the barn here is doing real good. In fact, the barn is done. I shut the lights off. I will be back out here though. My oh my, what a big difference, eh folks? Unbelievable. All right, let's take a look at some unfavorable hay there. Folks, I'm going to tell you something. That looks like hell by sight, right? Them stinking cows prefer that hay right there versus anything that's got a green good tint to it. It's unbelievable. You can't figure them out. I got to do a little stockpiling tomorrow. And then, of course, we have some fresh bales of alfalfa baleage, which I'm able to get now because of the change in the year. And as you can see, a lot of the snow has dwindled away and there's been some melting taking place here. The only thing saving our butts from a true problems, I'm not going to call it a disaster, because there's a lot of disasters going on west of me that are horrific. I don't even like seeing the pictures in the news anymore. I don't like seeing it. I'm reading articles of, if I'm not mistaken, over 1 million head gone, and of course all the feed. The land is just devastated. So I'm not going to say that it's keeping us from a disaster, because that makes me a real jerk, it's keeping us from having a lot of problems, is these nightly freeze-ups. Not to mention, we've had some pretty significant wind here lately, which is welcomed. It looks like hell around here. It could be a lot worse. It's springtime. Springtime up here is awful, just like a lot of other of yous.